Hey, what's up, guys? This is Nick for the New England Weatherlife.ning.com for the Friday update. And, of course, we're looking at the potential for a prolific snow producer next week. But first, let's get to the short-term weather. Well, as you can see on our 3D visualization Futurecast radar, we've been seeing the bands of snow that have been coming down last night, yesterday, and this morning, as well as on through the day on Wednesday. And the reason for that, we're seeing a flow right into New England, and that's causing, once you see these bands of snow, they go over the mountains, and it does snow hard once they get over the mountains. So especially over Vermont, it's been a very weak snow season in Vermont for the mountains. Now, these snow bands won't repair that by any means, but I think it'll certainly help out, at least in the near term. And we're going to be looking at 6 to 10 inches once you get above several thousand feet. So of course, now we're going to get to the storm. I mean, we're watching the first wave coming through now on the 3D radar. Here it is, and just weakens. But look at what's going on out in the west. Wow, yeah, that's their storm beginning in its beginning stages. So you take a look at the GFS, which is a nice model, and you see here's our storm. Here it is, kind of strong now, but then it weakens. Here's the one developing out, and then here's a storm coming into the west. They're all going to be factors, folks. Now what happens is this one really gets itself going over the mountains. That one weakens, and then this one hooks up with a short wave from Southern California. It starts rotating, and then it starts pulling in from the Gulf of Mexico moisture. I'm going to show you the moisture map in just a second, and there it is. Wow, look at those winds coming into the plains. That's just amazing stuff. While at the same time, you're just seeing the moisture just socked in. So I'm going to show you the precipitable water map, which is a cool map. It shows you how much water is in the air. And you can see how at the beginning of the loop, we're seeing the water getting picked up. This is indicative that the storm is picking up water. Look at that. By the time you get to the end of the loop, and I'm going to show you this, the GFS, let's go to the end of the loop here, and you can see by the time we get to 6Z on Monday, here's the storm, absolutely vicious, right, guys? That's Monday. And then here is our storm, and here's our precipitable water map showing you that the water is certainly getting pulled in. So there's plenty of moisture. There is plenty of storm, obviously. The question is there cold air to make it snow? Well, you take a look at the ensemble means, and I'm going to show you the 0Z Wednesday. Let's go to 0Z on Monday. Here we go, and you notice there's not really a wealth of cold air over our region. There's some cold coming into New England, so it's going to be chilly, but not necessarily cold, so it's probably going to start out as mostly rain for folks in the Ohio Valley. And then as you continue to go through the loop, I'm going to take you to the 108-hour surface precip, and this is on 96-hour, actually. So you can see how this is interesting. You've got this is on 6Z Tuesday, so this is on the morning of Tuesday, and you can see how we've got one low pressure center. This is the old one, kind of weakening over northeast Ohio. While at the same time, you've got this new one vigorously redeveloping, and you've got precipitation in between the two, a mix of rain and snow and sleet. And then you go to 12Z on Tuesday. Wow, look at that. I mean, that storm is really bombing out, and you've got a nor'easter going on for the mid-Atlantic. But what's interesting is, this is 12Z on Tuesday, by the way. What's interesting is, people have been talking about the snowstorm that's going to come on Tuesday and Wednesday. But if you look at this is 12Z on Tuesday. Tuesday doesn't look that bad. I mean, really, you've got it developing on Tuesday. It's vigorous for the mid-Atlantic on Tuesday, not vigorous for New England. So that's the deal on 18Z Tuesday. This is Tuesday night. That's amazing. It's deep into a 994 low. You've got the heavy precipitation from the Poconos back into New England. Incredible stuff beginning to develop. 0Z Wednesday, not a whole lot of deviation from 18Z on Tuesday, and you can see how the storm is getting itself going. You've got the heavy precipitation that's obviously falling. You've got snow that's begun to accumulate for several hours now for western New England. It's a slow mover, and you notice we've taken 24 hours to get this stuff started in eastern New England, and then wow, 6Z Tuesday, 6Z Wednesday morning. That's amazing. Look at that. That's deep into a 994 low. You've got heavy precipitation everywhere, all across New England, except much of northern and central New England. Western New England's getting it. The upstate New York and southern New England. And the concern becomes, at this point, will it snow? Is it too cold? Remember, we took a look at the ensemble means map, and the ensemble means showed that there wasn't too much cold air across most of the nation on Monday, except New England. So how's the deal on Wednesday? Well, on Wednesday, there's actually cold air where it wasn't on Monday, and there's warm air where it wasn't on Monday. So you've got the warm air streaming into New England, which means that it might be rain, but at the same time, you have to watch this cold air coming in. So what does this tell me? I think that you're probably looking at... Ooh, I gave you a little peek. I think you're probably looking at what seems to be mostly snow for a lot of northern and central New England. It's probably rain, though, for far southern New England. Boston is a close call, but at this point, it's probably a light to moderate snow for much of the day on Wednesday for northern and central New England. Same deal on Tuesday. Oh boy, wow, look at that. That's incredible. 12Z Wednesday. Look at that heavy stuff coming through southern New England. Same deal, central New England. And then I'm going to switch you over to Thursday. Now, what you have to consider here, we've been watching the system since Tuesday, right? Now we're monitoring this on Thursday. Now on Thursday, here you go. There's your band of snow coming up the main coast. You're wrapping it up in southern New England, wrapping it up in northern New England. Wow, this is even stronger than the first system, right? What the heck is going on? We've got a new system forming. It's a dry slot from Roanoke to Manchester, New Hampshire. And this could mean a new storm that forms, and that's the last thing we need, right? We've seen, 6 to 12 inches with the first one. Are you kidding me? We're seeing another one? Well, that's what it looks like. And it looks like it's going to be really strong. So 12Z Thursday, here it is. Yeah, it's getting really close, too close for comfort for New England. And I think much of the day on Thursday should be a relative break. Now, what you have to consider here, it's not going to be a long-duration heavy snowfall. It's going to be a long-duration light to moderate snowfall with heavy bouts. One heavy bout comes in, remember on Wednesday, it was lighter on Tuesday, and now looks like we're going to be getting a lighter batch on early Thursday, but on late Thursday by 18Z on Thursday. Wow, coming in back again for eastern New England. And I'm going to switch, and I'm going to save you in the interest of time of looking at all the different model products. But what I am going to show you is the DJX, which I think is definitely doing a great job. If I can find the DJX, and the DJX is right here. So I'm going to switch you over to the surface pressure and precip of the DJX. And here it is. It's loading up here. Awesome. So here's the surface pressure and precip. And here's the storm coming through first. Then you have your big one coming through. And then it's probably, it's a questionable whether it's all snow, because you look at the 540 line, it's not anywhere in New England. It's just out of New England. So that actually might be indicative of, yeah, you're seeing rain. But I think the 540 line is not the gospel, and you're probably seeing a mix at this point, a heavy, heavy mix for much of the day on late Thursday. And then this is 6Z on Friday, so Friday you're getting it. And then even on Saturday, now we've been watching this storm since Tuesday, and it's Saturday, and we're still seeing light to moderate bands. But I think during the next weekend, it should finally be lighting up, right, guys? All right, wow. So that's obviously been a long-duration storm. I hope I've given you a good idea of what could happen. This is still early in the game. We don't want to alert the general public by any means. And one more thing I want to show you before we let you go. Here's the accumulated snow cover, which is cool, because those maps are cool, but you also, of course, always want to take a look at how much snow actually falls, right? Well, here's the accumulated snow cover. Wow. This, see that last darkest shade of blue? That's where there's over 18 inches. So over 18 inches in Berkshire County, over 18 inches in the Greens, over 18 inches in a lot of folks through New Hampshire, the White Mountains, into higher elevations of Maine. And then for, I don't think this is going to get as much attention as in the media as a few of them have, because notice that you're talking about, for the Mid-Atlantic, it's mostly 3 to 6 inches for most of the big cities, nothing along the coast. So that's in terms of snowfall. Too early in the game to call anything now, but that is just the update for Friday. I'll see you guys later. I'm Nick for the New England Weather Life.ning.com.